All right, I'm going to share a few suggestions on learning new music that will hopefully keep your energy motivated and not waste time. Okay. First off, you're going to want to write in your bowings and fingerings as early as you can in the process. Bowings are pretty easy to write in. You can either follow the bowing as it comes, or you can sometimes adjust that as you need to based on the phrasing and the bow distribution that you want. You're going to want to write in fingerings, which you could get from your teacher, or you could also figure out yourself as you go along what works for you. This is something I started doing recently, I like to mark the shifts using arrows, so that if I'm going to be shifting from first position to a higher position, say second position, write an arrow going up. And the opposite is true for shifts going backwards, downward shifting, write an arrow going down. Sometimes the shifts aren't that obvious, whereas like when you're crossing a string, you're going to be doing, like say you're going from first position on the A string to fourth position on the D string. That's actually an upward shift, but the notes may go down in the music, so it's a little bit trickier and harder to see. So writing those arrows just to the left of the fingering marks is useful. I found that helpful. Okay, so numbering the measures is also really useful, because a lot of times, especially with chamber music, if you're trying to play with another person, then you want to know, you may want to start in the middle of the music sometimes, not at the very beginning or at the even the numbered measures, the signposts. Sometimes you want to start in the middle somewhere, and your music might be lined up differently. So they might have, for instance, like the top line of the second page might be a different place than where you have that, because you have a different number of notes and different spacing on the lines than they do. So number the measures. When you're practicing, it's very easy to get bogged down if you're kind of playing beginning to end a lot, or trying to take on a whole bunch of measures at once. So a technique that I've found really useful and worked with my students a lot is to do play by play or measure by measure drills. So play like measure 17, for instance, play that through once with a metronome, which I was going to mention too. Set your metronome to a slower tempo than what you want to perform at, and play it through once with the metronome, and then go back and play it again. Maybe play it three or four times through, carefully, so that you're learning the notes in the bowings as you go, before moving on to the next measure. So when you do this measure by measure practice, it can really help you to keep your momentum going through learning a lot of measures and a lot of music. All right, that's it for now. Good luck.